Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at another video for you guys, back with another episode review of Dr. Stone. Apologies for the late episode review, but hey, we are still here. We are still here talking more Dr. Stone. Can't wait to see what else we got in store for Dr. Stone. But this episode was good. Another solid episode. Again, the process of just building this rocket ship and still reviving humanity. So this time we have Senku and the others. They have to go to Barcelona, right? And they realize they got to make a telescope. So the number one thing they need to get is fluorite to turn it into glass, basically to help with the seeing out of the other peephole for the telescope. So they have to go to Barcelona, Spain to do that. So they go to look, and also too, the funny part is you have it to where Ryusui, he wants to also go to Barcelona because of olive oil. So in this episode, we do see them get both we do see them get both components. They get the fluorite glass, and they also get the olive oil that they need to basically help set up. So it was cool to see how, because the other, obviously the stone characters, right, Kohaku and the others, they were like, why would we care about this olive oil, or what is olive oil, right? Isn't fluoride the main component? But see, until they actually like tried food with the additions of olive oil on it, obviously olive oil can enhance food. So again, for them, it's always good to see them eat foods from the modern era, especially with the modern era of spices and enhancements they can make towards the dish, because they're like, oh my goodness, this is, they always continuously say like it's the best thing they've ever eaten in their life, and then they'll eat something else like a few episodes down the road, which they'll say, oh my goodness, this is so damn good, right? So you have that. Also too, to kind of get like a nice test run to see if it's actually really good, because obviously to them, to the stone people, it's good no matter what, because they've never tried it before, right? But they actually bring back people who lived in Barcelona, Spain, to be able to try it and to be able to see if it's good. And they did say it was good too. So it was cool. We also do see, well, actually, no. In the last season, there was a language barrier between Zeno's group and Senku's group, but they made it sound like they understood what they were saying. Um, Here with Barcelona, right? Because they're speaking Spanish, they obviously don't know what the hell they're saying, right? But I think eventually, like some of the leaders, I guess they must teach them how to speak Japanese or something like that, because some of the leaders of this like little part of Spain, or of Barcelona, were just thanking Sink and the others for everything they've done, and everything. And again, you get like a montage. You get the funny running into the bulls thing where Chrome is running from the bulls to make them meet and everything. But that's kind of the whole thing. We also do have them, Senko and the others, making actual, like, I guess you can say hard currency, or like euros or pesos or whatever you want to call. And it's funny because this time the face of it looks like Senku and Senku and geez Louise, how am I forget Suika? My goodness. But they basically like, oh yeah, it's basically worth as if it was back in the day and everything, right? So so there's that. So I guess we got a currency, and I guess the new currency is gonna be under freaking Senku. So I guess now for like dollar bills and things like that and money, Senku's gonna be on the main print, because technically he's the one that restarted the world, right? Unless they have the other characters be on these bills for certain countries and things like that, which makes sense. They're recreating the world, they're bringing back life and everything. So yeah, and all you have these Barcelona leaders like, oh man, we really appreciate the hard work you're doing. We thought you would come here to conquer us and take us over and everything. Now it's funny because Ryusei is like, well, if we weren't busy, yes, that's what we'd be doing, but I don't think he means it like that. But basically, Gen is just like, well, yes, we're basically on a mission to revive civilization. So stuff like conquest or anything like that, or like taking over a country, yeah, that's not even in, um, our mirrors or or things like that. Right now we're busy, so maybe after it, maybe we'll look into it. But no, but we already know Senku. He's not about that life. He wants things to go back to the way they were. Our build, basically build civilization back to the way it was. But seemingly enough, it does look like by doing this way, he's gonna actually make a more unified civilization where all countries of all these worlds will agree, because again, we've been up against in the past few seasons, we've been up against antagonists that have only wanted to control and kind of have like a dictator like ran government. Obviously, Tsukasa in seasons 1 and 2. Obviously, the one dude in the one village with the weird freaking powers of with the device with the device to turn people into stone. And then obviously you had Zeno's group in the first half of this season, where they literally tried to kill Senku and the others because yeah, we want to run the country, we want to run the world and everything, and this is our chance to finally do it, right? So you see it where there's instances where Senku doesn't want to be about that. He doesn't want to be about world domination or anything, albeit he does these funny moments where it comes across like he wants world domination. He just wants a unified, he just wants things to go back to how they used to be by using the good aspects of science, not the bad aspects of science. And hopefully in this world, maybe this means like more countries are unified, like especially what's going on in today's world and stuff like that. Maybe more countries are unified in their thinking and stuff like that. And then again, Senku did say like, well, actually no, he wants to bring back everybody, even if that means that's the bad people too, because that was the whole issue of Tsukasa. Because it's like, why will we bring back the people who are bad and everything and stuff like that, like who were evil in the previous life? And then so then maybe, and Senku's kind of like the opinion like, well, let's give them a chance. They have a chance to change their ways because they've probably been through this traumatic experience. Now, the question is, would this actually be realistic? Probably not. If this actual world was quote unquote frozen over in stone, and then you had a few people break out, more than likely not, because you'll still have these people that have this selfish mindset, this dictator-like mindset to rule everything, right? So I think in anime terms, you can get away with it, like in a cartoon show like this. You can get away with like, oh well, maybe this makes it where there's not so many bad people because everybody had a traumatic experience. In this real world, nobody's giving a fuck, bro. Nobody's giving a rat's ass about that, right? There is no equality. Everybody's gonna have their same views as if they were still blah, blah, everything, right? But anyways, basically, because of that, they get what they want because they had the Barcelonas actually look for fluoride for them. They find the fluoride, so they get the fluoride. They're able to make the telescope. They still can't, peep out where Y-Man's at on the moon, but it does help them, right? Then Ryuusei actually makes a crazy, crazy, crazy reveal, and we find out like our group is running out of fuel, and albeit they can make fuel, it's just gonna take them a year. And again, they don't got that much time. They can't be messing around for a whole year, because then Zeno's gonna they're gonna have to call Zeno and just be like, hey man, we ain't got no fuel, so we're gonna have to wait a year to make the fuel. We're gonna have to wait a year to make the fuel. So hold on tight and things like that, and keep good for a year. They want to make sure they can get this down instantly and find out the secrets to Wyman, because they don't want to waste a year. So what they do is like, okay, is there any like shortcuts that we can take? And one of the shortcuts that they can take is one of the canals in the world. I forgot if this was the Suez Canal or the Panama Canal. I don't know. I forgot. It was one of the canals, right? And they're like, well, yeah, we can go straight through the canal. But then they also make another convincing argument by saying, well, we don't know. It's been, Jesus, thousands of years since the canal. And typically the canal is a man-made thing that, helps ships go through. For all we know, it could be blocked. So they come up with a plan to see how can we tell if it's blocked. So they use a telescope, and they also use their topographer and they use a hot air balloon to see, and they do see that it is blocked. So they basically use one of the rocket like demonstrations, and they actually use it to blow it up, and they're able to get through the canal and everything, and they're on smooth journey towards their next destination. But because they have to actually go to India, right? And apparently, I think it's Ryusei. Apparently, has a connection that knows a lot about mathematics, right? And he's really smart with it. So that's where they're gonna go next, to India, to help out with this rocket ship stuff, because they're gonna need the mathematics and all the stuff like that to be able to build a rocket ship and then make sure everything's up and running. So I think from what they sounded like, India's gonna be their last destination. They're gonna head back to South America, and they'll get there, basically in the nick of time. So, with enough fuel left to spare. But it is still cool to see how they're navigating this world. They're going to so many different countries, and things like that. So, yeah. But overall, another great episode of Doctor Stone. Definitely can't wait to see what more we got in store as we get closer to find out the secrets about Wyman. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. I will see you guys later. Till then, guys. Peace.